Welcome back. This is the Afia Morning Show live from Enugu, and now we head into the season, or what some will call the special last 4 months of the year. Now, to many, this also counts as the Ember Months, which for some people who believe in myths around the months comes with spiritual connotations. They expect tragedies, lots of pitfalls, issues around the last 4 months of the year. They feel like something just goes wrong. More accidents, financial issues, all of this. And they blame the spiritual realm for all of this that we see. And the question is it spiritual, or is there something more scientific, or is there something more physical that we can hold responsible for this? On this segment, we're discussing the myths around the Ember Months. Of course, a lecturer and entrepreneur who happens to know a lot about these myths, Dr. Ajaero Gladys. Dr. Gladys, so good to have you on the show this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you so much.
It's been a long time. You just came for the first time and then you just abandoned us and
no, I didn't.
Never saw you again.
I was just invited sometime and I couldn't make it. I was sick.
I'm so sorry about
I
that.
can always come now.
Yes. Okay, the Ember Months. Last 4 months of the year. I mean, the 1 month that sticks out is October, but it still has the bar in it, right? So what is this about the Ember Months that we just start to hear? Whenever something happens, we blame, oh, Ember, something has come to claim lives, has come to empty our pockets. What's your take on Ember? Walk us through what it means.
I think it's more superstitious than real. It's not true that Ember Month gets things wrong or bad things happen. No. I think Ember Month has so much to do with activities. You know, let's go to the financial aspect of it. That's when schools are resuming. Academic session starts September. So you expect that children are going back to school. They are also going to another class, another level, which also attracts some expenses, buying of textbooks, changing of school uniforms, gaining admissions, matriculations, and all the rest. So definitely there will be so much expenses. It shouldn't be attached to some level of spirituality or something like that. No, it's the activities that is causing it. If you check also, Ember Month, people are also preparing, for the end of the year, for activities like Xmas and all the rest. And then some people also have this consciousness of what they thought should have happened. Has it started? Oh, I'm almost, getting to the end of the year. And yet, maybe I haven't bought that car I budgeted. I haven't gotten that house. And because of it, people seem to be on a very speed lane. That speed lane can affect other things. People begin to travel more. Things you couldn't get, the market you couldn't buy, they start rushing. They feel rice could be higher. I want to go to Onitsha to get it. I want to go to Lagos to get it. So attracting so much on themselves, which is not really supposed to be at the end of the day. So I don't think we should debunk that completely, that it's a spiritual thing.
So it's more of a psychological thing and superstitious?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, but let's get to the business, because apparently maybe that's the reason why what happens and all that stuff. And people always, thinking back, is the tie here, the business, is that the reason why what happens and people tie to superstition?
Yes, it's a major reason why it should happen. If 20 people apply Enugu to Owerri, and during Ember Month, almost 50 is applying, there's tendency of accidents. And remember, Ember Month also have so much to do with change of weather. People easily get sick. The weather is getting a little unfriendly. But it has nothing to do with the Ember Month, because during July, August, you also have much of rain, isn't it? And there's also accident. People begin to have people are so silent about it. But once they say, we've entered, even churches become so conscious of it. Don't you notice that during Ember Month, people begin to say, for last quarter of the month, fasting and prayer, so much activities in the church. People are getting unnecessarily busy.
It's great that you mentioned that, because the next question would be, what do you think is feeding the myths of the Ember Months? And at the same time, what exactly are these myths to start with?
Okay. Number one is there's more of death. I don't want to say that, but there is. And these deaths are mainly accidents, not natural, like I said. So some people also, there's some barriers. People want to have programs, pushing it to Ember Month. Somebody died August, somebody died July. You want to put it because we have to come back from overseas, and then it's fixed during maybe November. Now it's recorded that this person was buried November, isn't it? Another one is fixed in October. It's also recorded that this person died around July, around August. So it has taken that note that a lot of burials take place during, that's why it's, but that person didn't die that time. So I think it's something mindset and also the society have caused, especially when it has to do with burials. People want to attract some personalities that are not in the country, and their convenient time of coming back is definitely within that time. And also, when it comes to that also, some people want to, like Ember Month, some people want to plan their travel within that time, especially those, you know, diaspora. They want to plan that so that they can be there New Year. And it makes the ticket high, it makes the transportation high, it makes the accident high. So the issue of, leave it, forget this Ember Month. Like me, I have some programs. Why am I waiting? I'm just waiting October and November to put some programs, some conferences, some seminars, some trainings, and all the rest. Why do I have to do it consciously and unconsciously? We are just tailoring towards that. Maybe my mind is so that I can get enough people to come down.
Okay, some churches actually amplify these fears, because apparently at this point in time, you've seen a lot of handbills and posters of deliverance, this, deliverance, that. Is this helpful somewhat, or they are somewhat the people amplifying this belief?
Why churches, I'm a Christian, why it's done is that we believe that certain things that happen to you happen right from the village. People are not prepared spiritually to go home. And then you go home and something, maybe someone come and shake your hand and they believe that, yes. So they want to equip you spiritually before you go. Do you understand? That's why churches are also conscious of it. It's happening actually, especially when people go home and come back in some villages, some communities that are not too good, you know. They could see, they easily now see this person is doing well, your suit is good. How come you're looking this good? This boy is growing and we have to do something. So if you're not really conscious of it, you fall into a trap. So the churches, their responsibility is to equip you spiritually before you go and meet those people. It's just there, that they are there. They are not around you in the township, but they are everywhere. It's still assumption. They are everywhere. Anything can happen to you anywhere. It's not just in the village. My village is good. No, everybody wants me alive.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But they want me to believe that even while you're going, that old woman or that old man could be doing something against you, you don't know. So they get us prepared about it. I don't think they are far from the truth, because some communities are like that.
Okay, why the razzmatazz of Ember Month? Because it's a concentrated region. The Southeasterners, the Igbos, whenever it gets to Ember Month, they're always the ones always running helter-skelter and trying to... Why that razzmatazz? Why is it concentrated just down here? Is it our culture, or is it what tradition did to us, or what could it be?
I don't think it's our culture. I think it's part of our culture, because the Hausas are Muslims. You know, their own season comes within the year, like they're having by Friday now.
During their season, we don't see all these whole...
Because you're not there.
I know they travel,
they don't travel so much like the Igbos travel. Yeah. They don't travel so much, so you won't notice the movement. But if you are in Abuja, in Kano,
in December right now, Lagos is going to be empty. You know, like the way the busy, the hustle bustle you see every day in Lagos will reduce. Like the streets will be scanty. The roads will be even free for you to, you know, drive. The traffic congestion would reduce.
And why it's like that is that Igbos don't like spending seasons outside their town, their home. When I was growing, you cook on 30th December, you must finish it. Because they don't want that soup to cross New Year. Igbos don't like spending. You notice the people that didn't travel during Xmas want to travel on 30th or 29th of December in order to spend, do their New Year crossover in their village. So this, when I stay in Abuja and you're coming back by road, people don't care sleeping on the road just to make sure they get home. So Igbos is, I think, is culture, just like we have this natural culture of our own cannot stay outside. Maybe if somebody died, they must bring the person back, just like the Israelites. Okay. So they believe so much in their home. An Hausa man can do anything anywhere and is comfortable with it. Psychologically, Igbos, you didn't travel, even Enugu here, you didn't travel, they call you Alabotu, something like that, and you feel ashamed. Sometimes some of them don't want even to go out so that people don't know they did not travel, as if it's economic thing. So it's already in us. That culture have eaten deep into the Igbos and is causing so much havoc. That time they begin to do so many things just to make sure they meet up.
Some myths help curtail certain behaviors. Sometimes stories that you can't explain, perhaps only spiritually, help curtail certain things that you could have done that could have been dangerous. I remember when we would go back to the village when I was a child, and my mother always told me the story of an old man who continued to walk under this ukwa tree. And one day he was doing it and the ukwa fell on him and he died on the spot. So automatically it made me not want to go through that bushy path to get to my friend's house. So I'm not sure, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it's a myth, but you understand where I couldn't explain it. I wasn't there. I didn't know the old man, right? But it stopped me from going there, leaving the house and just walking across to my friends in the village. So essentially, do you think that this myth should be stopped? Do you think it's something that people should stop, feeding? Or is it making people more careful around this period?
I think it shouldn't be stopped, but we should make people understand it's not something you must do. It's not a do or die thing. Why shouldn't it be stopped? Some people get their leave within that time. That's the time workers also have 2 weeks to spare. And then they have to go home and see their families and all the rest. So it's a question of being careful and planning towards it. And also knowing that whether I go home or not does not mean I am not buoyant or I am poor or I'm nonchalant over relationship. So people should work towards it early. After all, it's a budget thing. Ember Month didn't just take you unawares. So if you want to plan going, somebody can't just wake up, move your car without servicing it. If you know you are going to travel to Odnisha to buy things for your family, I don't want to say it here on air, but some people, because of one activity, just birthday, one activity or the other, put themselves under pressure and die on it. So, like our parents will say, I remember when my father was sick, and then we were all worried to go home. And he said, no, don't answer call as it comes. Don't push yourself to be on the road. And my husband will say something that once he wants to travel and he feels somehow and have something telling him, don't go, we should be conscious of our, inner spirit. So the travel should not be a do or die thing. If there is long holidays, August, you have children who are relaxed and they're not going back to school, and you feel like taking them, you feel they should go to the village. Why wait in December? That time you will not pay far higher. Why don't you use August, July, take the children home, let them familiarize with the family.
Insecurity has been a major impediment to that.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah, insecurity has really affected that. But what's this thing about? There's this, on the 1st of September, I smelled something, and I always tell my siblings that this smells like Christmas, right? So what is that smell? It's more a scent of dust mixed with ash. I always think it's frankincense. I don't know, I just told myself it's frankincense. This is how frankincense must smell.
It's Harmattan, yeah.
Harmattan, but it's September. What is that?
Okay, when we are coming out, there's this Christmas flower. There's this flower that comes up during Christmas, during Ember Month. You see it beautiful everywhere. for me, I think if we want to attribute anything to Ember Month, we should attribute positivity. To me, it has a way, the way that, yes, that you're sleeping better. Are you not sleeping better? Are you feeling too hot? It's not too cold? Forget this season since August has been cold. Ember Month gives you this kind of relaxation, this kind of weather that makes you go to bed without AC. This weather that makes you, yes, conscious expenses, yes, but this weather that makes you relax more. So the same thing, that time when this Christmas flowers come up, honestly, we go and plug it, and we want to attribute it to something beautiful. That's what it is for children. Ember Month for children is beautiful.
But my question now is, what is that scent? Is it Hamatan, like Oji said? Is it bush burning? Is it frankincense? I don't know if anybody watching this program can relate to that scent
If people
that
actually
takes
be like,
over.
I could perceive Christmas.
Yeah, it smells like Christmas. Right? What is it? What is that?
I wouldn't know. I won't call it Hamatan because Hamatan is not September. It comes late November, and then you begin to. But I don't know the sense, but it's different from January to August. There's
Especially
something
late
that
in
changes.
the night and early in the morning, right?
You see, something like that, and giving you some. That's peace. I don't know.
I
don't know what to call that.
frankincense.
Okay.
When I was actually growing up, I thought Hamatan was an evil spirit. So when they'll say Hamatan is in the village, they'll say, it's Hamatan. Hamatan just resonated like it was someone's name, and it was just like this evil spirit. Hamatan is here. Yes, Hamatan is here. So Hamatan was always striking to me. I liked hearing Hamatan.
Okay, how should we tie this right now? The myth of Ember Month is more swinging to the tradition or and culture, or is swinging to religion. Knowing fully well, so they are Yoruba Christians. So why? So if you're actually trying to like break that down, though, have to put that in consideration. They are Yoruba Christians. They are Hausa Christians, though. So is it tied to religion or more swinging to culture and tradition?
To me, it's culture and tradition. To me, it's culture and tradition because when you come to our Christianity, no reverend father, no pastor will take microphone and say, make sure you go. In fact, they want you to stay where you are. They just want you to stay there. But our tradition is saying, don't do your Christmas out. That is when in my husband's place we are married to, they have different culture they call Azude from Bieri. Azude is a time they all come together. It's like a taboo that you are in Enugu or you are in the US and you didn't come back. In fact, they may not come back for Christmas, but they want to participate in Azude. So it's more of culture. And if you notice, it's also in other communities around the eastern region, it's the same thing. They have something that is tied to their culture and their tradition that brings people home, that makes them look up to something. For Christianity, no, because the Yorubas don't do that so much. And the Hausa is the same thing. And for my pastor, in fact, he wants his congregation filled up, even during the season.
The Yuletide, yeah.
So, and even them, they don't, you notice that within the time, they also want to, as if they want to go home. They must get home. I didn't know they go home before, but when I get deep into the church, I noticed that they still go home. So there's this culture of meeting people, meeting of the community. That's when they want to, fine-tune a lot of things and also enjoy the culture. So it's a culture thing.
In terms of people, because the Igbo man is known for building houses. Igbo man loves land and loves houses.
Yeah.
Sometimes people live in apartments in the city and then they go home and they have mansions. What's your take on that trend as we build up to Christmas?
Yes, it's beautiful. Igbos are known to be investors wherever they are. They are not the type that want to manage so much. An Hausa man can be in just one room with his mat and he's very rich. An Igbo man wants to invest in Lagos, also invest home. They don't forget home easily. And it makes them long to come back home. If you're a tenant in 2-bedroom flat and then with your 7 children, 7 family, and in your home you have about, in a duplex, you look forward going home because that comfort is another thing that makes them wish to come. There's something different from where I'm staying.
But is it a wise investment still?
To me, yes. To me.
But then it
To me,
appears like
you
you
must-
all year
You
round.
spend like 5 days in the whole year round in that mansion that you have. Apparently, you come back, let me say, 20th of December, right? Apparently, you're leaving maybe 2nd or 3rd of January of the next year. But you just spend just few days in the mansion that you've built.
Well, I'm an economist and I'm an investor too. We are like the Israelites when we take it to that angle. Before you build at home, for me, investment is better in the town, something yielding the money. Don't be a stranger in your home if you can afford it. But it's a wrong investment when you go and borrow. You don't have the money. You just build a mansion and keep there, that nobody is there. But it's an irony when you have a mountain, a mansion in the town, and you come back to squat in your village. Because you must go home. The comfort of that 5 days. In fact, I used to say something, don't dress in a way that a stranger will see you and you regret. I wish, it was yesterday that I dressed very well. How come my colleague or of 10 years ago, you see me today, I'm putting on Dunlop slippers? Something like that.
Why Dunlop slippers?
I'm just, yes, you could, I say it always. So when you go to the village, you have people that will come. See, this issue of death, ndị Igbo si ekwuo okwu ala ọnwụ or something, or your child is wedding. Your child will do a traditional wedding. And then you are all in the town. And something is bringing you home for your this and you don't have anything. That's an irony. For me, if you can afford it, you need an investment in your village. You need to build.
But do you see that tradition wane? You know, people are not doing that as much anymore because the culture of going to the village arguably is dwindling.
Yeah.
Fueled by insecurity as well. It's being fueled by insecurity.
It's a temporary thing. The insecurity is very temporal.
But does the federal
we have
government-
discussed that. Let's not go to government because I'm afraid. It's a
No,
very
you don't have to be afraid.
temporary
This
thing.
is a safe space, okay? So you can actually say what you think. You know, speak your mind. But what we're talking about people going home, having mansions at home, traveling home for Christmas. And to be honest, this has been a very nostalgic conversation. It's bringing up memories as you're speaking. I'm reliving everything. How would you say, why would you say that this is temporary, judging by the trajectory of things in the country, attacks we're seeing everywhere, and the danger on the roads? Why are you still confident that this is a temporary
Yes, it's a very temporary thing because if we have government that will handle these things, you will feel like going home. The road, what does it take to make the road a very good place to apply, very comfortable to apply, and then you just go and come back? What does it take the government to actually give us this security we are talking about? It doesn't take them much. So it's a temporary thing. Why don't we suffer the same in some other countries? Why do you have less of accidents in US? Why do you have less of it? Even in China, as populated as they are. Why do you have less of light issues in other countries? Why do you have less of kidnapping in other countries? So it's something that can be happened, that can be handled. And let me tell you, the truth is that no matter how you say it, they will still go home when they need to go. The rich ones will go home. They will secure themselves and go home because nobody wants to be a stranger in another land. I want to be at home. I want to go home and sleep.
Right.
So it's a challenge, but it's a very temporary thing depending on our leadership.
Well, that's great, though. Well, as a lecturer and entrepreneur, what do you think personally believe when it comes to the economics of Ember Month, right? So many people have a lot of sales. The market is always booming. But my issue is the skyrocketing of prices.
Right.
So why is it that time we have to celebrate is a time people are hiking prices. Why not ameliorate people's sufferings already? All through the year, trying to make all these monies. So during the Yuletide period, right, you're meant to go home and go and relax and enjoy and celebrate. But that's the time you buy things most expensive.
Okay, that's not still, I'll still go to the government. That's also the time that our fuel is very expensive. Remember, the things they buy...
No, that's the question. Why is the spike?
The spike is from the government. They're the one that is causing it. If they give us fuel at 800, it is 900 now, good. And by December, November, it's still 900. Prices will not increase. If dollar is the same, it will not. It's just a natural thing in economics. Prices increase when that particular resource used to provide that product is increasing. Assuming I had to produce plastic and the raw material for plastic increase, the natural cost will increase.
So the blame is to the government?
It's to the government because of the fueling. Sometimes this thing comes as safe. Either hoarding it, they say there's no more fuel. And then the people start buying black market. And when they do, of course, the transportation will increase. And when it does, I go to Onitsha maybe with 1,000. And then I went to Onitsha with 2,005. And then I buy my things, increased with I come back and sell.
Let's play devil's advocate here, right? Do you think one of the reasons why the spike, the hike, is to keep people back where they are? Because once they move, you know, the resources and revenue of that section of the country dwindles a bit, and the concentration is somewhere, okay, they're heading to the east, the southeast. The concentration of the economy and the revenues generated is going down to one section of the country. Do you think that could actually be the reason why this started?
I think so. It's also very, very possible. I think so. But then I'll ask myself too, why do they do that? Why? Because definitely it will increase. But why do they want to keep us in their land? They don't want us to come home. They don't want to leave us. They don't want them to go there. They don't want us to go. They don't want us to stay. So if they have to increase it, something, it's not actually from the president. This is an NPC issue. And then they agree on certain things they want to do. And yes, he is now. He's the minister of everything.
Even the past dispensation was still the minister of petroleum.
It's true. So
Right.
they just want to keep it. I had some visitors last month. Yeah, last month, my husband sent some people to me. And then their Hausas and Yorubas, actually, you know, these highly placed people, they were in Enugu, and my husband said, please, they are my colleagues, take care of them, you know. So I had to go and pick them to my house. As they were coming, they were like, everywhere market, everywhere, walai talai, these people, Igbos, walai, who go buy, who go sell, you know. And I said, I am selling pepper. This one is selling water. I will sell my pepper and buy his water. You know, some they said that's good. So why prices are increasing, and why you ask why is it that they are increasing, that I have to buy what you have, and I will buy it at a high price. So I have to hike my own in order to get your own. That's trade by barter.
All right. I mean, now while we wrap this up, I would like to gain your expectations as we get to the final months of 2025. And to be quite honest, to be very honest, actually, 2025 has been a very fast year. I can't believe we're here already. I know where we started.
I know January. I can remember January 1st.
Like you were yesterday, right? And we're already in September. So what are your expectations? What should people take home at the end of this conversation for these last 4 months of the year?
I want to advise people to take it slowly. What you could not achieve in the past 8 months can still come. I may not come, but they are still, you know, years ahead. Don't kill in order to get certain things. Don't be so much in a hurry that your life will be at stake. Make sure that whatever you want to get this time, you work towards it and trust yourself to achieve it. If it doesn't come, it does not matter. It can still come. we don't have just these 4 months. By the grace of God, you have many more years. So that car you could not buy since can still come next year. It can come anytime. Take it as September, October, November, December. It are months that you will have to achieve certain things, especially planning yourself. Children are going back to school. So forget Christmas matter. Concentrate on taking back your children to school. Forget traveling. If the money is not there, you can still go January, February. There's nothing wrong in traveling January and February if you must go home. So it's something I think we should work towards, and forget December, Christmas matter. Concentrate on the things that will build your family for good.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Dr. Ajaero Gladys, for joining us this morning. It was really great hearing from you. It was a nostalgic conversation and very informed. Thank you once again.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. God bless you. Thank you.
The morning show returns in just seconds. Do stay tuned.